For centuries, the human race had eked out an existence on the fringes of the galaxy, scraping by in the harsh, unforgiving void. Their once proud civilization had been reduced to a scattered network of colonies and outposts, struggling to survive in the face of indifference and hostility from the galactic powers. But the fire in the hearts of the exiled humans had never been extinguished. Across the generations, tales of humanity's past glories and the injustice of their exile had been passed down, fueling the burning desire for redemption and a return to the galactic stage. In the shadows of these remote settlements, a young scientist named Aaron pored over ancient texts and fragmented records, searching for any clue that could help restore her people's rightful place. Her brilliant mind and unwavering determination had set her apart from birth, and now they would be the key to unlocking humanity's future. One day, while scouring the ruins of a long-abandoned outpost, Aaron stumbled upon a hidden compartment. Inside lay a set of intricate technical diagrams, the likes of which she had never seen. She studied them for weeks, her eyes widening with each new revelation. This was the blueprint for a warship unlike any other, a vessel that could challenge the most powerful ships in the Galactic Council's armada. Aaron knew that if she could bring this design to life, it would be the catalyst for a new era, one where humanity could reclaim its former glory and demand respect from the very powers that had cast them aside. But building such an advanced ship would require resources and expertise beyond what her small colony could provide. Driven by a vision of a brighter future, Aaron set out to gather a crew of the brightest minds and boldest captains from across the human settlements. One by one, she convinced them to join her crusade, promising them a chance to shape the destiny of their people. As word of Aaron's quest spread, whispers of hope and excitement began to ripple through the human enclaves. The exiled had grown weary of living in the shadows, of being treated as second-class citizens in a galaxy that should rightfully belong to them. Now, with Aaron's revolutionary warship design as the catalyst, they saw a chance to rise up and reclaim their place among the stars. The construction of the Valiant, as Aaron had named the ship, began in earnest, hidden away from the prying eyes of the Galactic Council. Working tirelessly, the crew pushed the boundaries of human engineering, integrating advanced technologies scavenged from long-forgotten caches and forged in the crucible of their isolated existence. Aaron herself became the driving force behind the project, pouring her heart and soul into every aspect of the Valiant's design. She knew that the success or failure of this endeavor would determine the fate of her people, and the weight of that responsibility only fueled her determination to create a vessel that would astound the galaxy. As the Valiant's sleek alien form began to take shape, the exiled humans couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and hope swelling in their chests. After centuries of being cast aside, they were about to make their presence known once more. And this time, the galaxy would have no choice but to listen. Word of Aaron's ambitious project had spread quickly through the scattered human colonies, and soon she found herself inundated with offers of assistance. Engineers, scientists, and skilled technicians flocked to the hidden shipyard, eager to be a part of the endeavor that would restore humanity's rightful place in the galaxy. Aaron carefully handpicked her crew, assembling a team of the most brilliant minds and daring captains the exiled humans had to offer. Each member brought a unique set of skills and experiences, forged in the harsh reality of their isolated existence. They would need every ounce of that expertise to bring the Valiant to life. As construction progressed, the scale and complexity of the warship became increasingly apparent. The Valiant's sleek, angular hull was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen, blending seamless lines with advanced propulsion systems and powerful weapons arrays. Aaron and her team pushed the boundaries of human engineering, integrating technologies scavenged from ancient caches and innovating new solutions to overcome the challenges that arose. The most critical component, however, was the ship's advanced computer systems and artificial intelligence. Aaron knew that without a sophisticated control and decision-making framework, the Valiant's true potential would never be realized. She tasked her most brilliant programmers with developing an AI that could not only pilot the ship, but also anticipate threats, coordinate complex maneuvers, and make split-second decisions in the heat of battle. The process was arduous and fraught with setbacks, but Erin refused to compromise. She understood that the future of her people rested on the Valiant's success, and she was determined to create a vessel that would astound the galaxy. As the months turned into years, the Valiant began to take shape, its sleek form and powerful silhouette a testament to the unwavering determination of the exiled humans. Erin watched with a mixture of pride and trepidation as the ship neared completion, knowing that the true test was yet to come. The Galactic Council, unaware of the project's existence, remained complacent in their belief that the exiled humans posed no real threat. They had long dismissed the scattered colonies as little more than a nuisance, content to leave them to their own devices, while the great powers of the galaxy jockeyed for influence and resources. But Erin knew that the Valiant's arrival would shatter that illusion. The Council would be forced to confront the return of the aggressive, unpredictable human race, a prospect that many would find deeply unsettling. She had no illusions about the risks involved, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. As the final touches were put in place and the Valiant systems were brought online, Erin gathered her crew and issued a rallying cry. Today, we take the first steps towards reclaiming our rightful place in the galaxy. The Valiant is the embodiment of our resilience, our ingenuity, and our unwavering determination. With this ship, we will show the Galactic Council that the exiled humans are a force to be reckoned with. The cheers that echoed through the shipyard were a thunderous declaration of defiance, a promise that the human spirit would never be broken. Erin knew that the journey ahead would be fraught with peril, but she was ready to lead her people into a new era of glory and redemption. As the Valiant neared completion, whispers of its existence began to spread through the shadowy networks that connected the far-flung human colonies. Tales of the revolutionary warship's advanced systems, unparalleled firepower, and innovative design circulated among the exiled, fueling a growing sense of hope and anticipation. But the news did not stay confined to the human enclaves. Rumors of the Valiant's construction soon reached the ears of the Galactic Council, setting off a wave of concern and debate among the leaders of the great galactic powers. The Council members had long regarded the exiled humans as little more than a nuisance, a relic of a bygone era that posed no real threat to the delicate balance of power. The idea that these scattered, impoverished colonies could be building a vessel capable of challenging the most advanced warships in the galaxy was deeply unsettling. For years, the Council had been content to leave the humans to their own devices, confident that their exile had effectively neutered the once proud civilization. But now, the prospect of the aggressive, unpredictable human race regaining a foothold in the galactic community filled them with a sense of dread. Heated discussions erupted within the Council chambers as the various factions argued over how to respond to this potential threat. Some advocated for a preemptive strike, calling for the immediate destruction of the Valiant before it could become a serious problem. Others, however, argued that such an action would only serve to further antagonize the humans and drive them deeper into isolation. At the heart of the debate was a growing concern that the Valiant's advanced technology could pose a significant challenge to the Council's own military might. The ship's sleek alien design and innovative systems hinted at capabilities that far exceeded anything the galactic powers currently possessed. The prospect of this knowledge falling into the hands of the exiled humans was a terrifying prospect. As the Council deliberated, Erin and her crew continued their work, racing against time to complete the Valiant and prepare it for its maiden voyage. They knew that the moment of reckoning was fast approaching, and they had to be ready to seize the opportunity when it presented itself. Erin, in particular, was keenly aware of the risks they were taking. She understood that the Valiant's arrival on the galactic stage could provoke a violent response from the Council, and that the fate of her people hung in the balance. But the lure of redemption and the chance to reclaim their rightful place among the stars was too powerful to ignore. With each passing day, the Valiant's systems were refined and tested, its capabilities pushed to the limits. Erin and her team worked tirelessly, driven by a sense of purpose that transcended the physical demands of their task. They were building more than just a ship. They were forging the foundation for a new era, one where the exiled humans would no longer be relegated to the fringes of the galaxy. As the final preparations were made and the Valiant's AI systems were activated, a palpable sense of anticipation hung in the air. The exiled humans, long resigned to the shadows, were about to step into the light and challenge the very powers that had cast them aside. The galaxy would never be the same. As the rumors of the Valiant's existence spread through the galactic underworld, the Galactic Council was thrown into a state of turmoil. The prospect of the exiled humans returning to the fold with a warship of unparalleled power and sophistication was a terrifying prospect, one that threatened to upend the delicate balance of power that the Council had maintained for centuries. Debate raged within the Council chambers as the various factions argued over how to respond to this potential threat. Some, driven by fear and xenophobia, called for immediate action, demanding that the Valiant be destroyed before it could ever leave its hidden shipyard. They argued that the unpredictable nature of the human race made them an unacceptable risk, and that the Council had a duty to protect the galaxy from their aggression. Others, however, were more cautious and pragmatic in their approach. They recognized that the Valiant's advanced technology could be a boon to the galactic community, unlocking new possibilities for exploration, scientific advancement, and even military superiority. These voices argued that the exiled humans, if properly reintegrated into the Council, could become valuable allies in the ongoing struggle to maintain peace and prosperity throughout the stars. The divisions within the Council deepened as the arguments intensified, with each side convinced of the righteousness of their position. Tempers flared, and long-standing alliances were strained as the members struggled to find a consensus on how to proceed. At the heart of the debate was a fundamental question. Could the exiled humans be trusted, or were they doomed to repeat the aggressive, unpredictable behavior that had led to their initial exile? The Council members were deeply divided, their own biases and prejudices coloring their perceptions of the situation. Erin and her crew, unaware of the turmoil unfolding in the Council chambers, continued their work, pouring their hearts and souls into the final stages of the Valiant's preparation. They knew that the moment of reckoning was drawing near, and they had to be ready to seize the opportunity when it presented itself. As the Council's debate dragged on, a faction within the leadership began to argue for a more measured approach. They recognized that the Valiant's technology could be a game-changer, potentially tipping the balance of power in the galaxy and providing the Council with a decisive military advantage. The temptation of such power was strong, and slowly, a sense of cautious curiosity began to replace the initial panic and fear. The faction argued that rather than destroy the Valiant, the Council should attempt to bring the exiled humans back into the fold, using the promise of reintegration and access to the ship's advanced systems as a bargaining chip. By doing so, they could not only neutralize the potential threat, but also gain access to the revolutionary technology that the Valiant represented. It was a risky proposition, fraught with political and diplomatic challenges, but the potential rewards were too great to ignore. As the debate continued, the faction's influence began to grow, and the Council found itself increasingly torn between the desire to eliminate the threat and the temptation of harnessing the Valiant's power for its own ends. The fate of the exiled humans, and the future of the galaxy itself, hung in the balance. As the Valiant's final systems were brought online, and the crew made their preparations for the ship's maiden voyage, Erin knew that the moment of truth had arrived. The Galactic Council's debate had dragged on for months, and she could sense the growing tension in the air. It was time to take the initiative and seize control of their own destiny. With a steely resolve, Erin gathered her most trusted captains and laid out her bold plan. They would pilot the Valiant straight into the heart of the Galactic Council's capital, demanding an audience and the chance to plead their case for reintegration. It was a risky gambit, but Erin was convinced that the sheer power and sophistication of the Valiant would be enough to command the Council's attention and respect. The captains listened intently, their eyes widening as they grasped the full implications of Aaron's audacious proposal. They knew that such an act would be seen as an act of defiance, a direct challenge to the authority of the great galactic powers. The Council could very well interpret it as an act of war, and the consequences could be devastating. But the promise of redemption and the restoration of their rightful place in the galaxy was too tempting to ignore. One by one, the captains pledged their support, resolving to stand alongside Aaron and her crew as they embarked on this historic mission. With the Valiant's engines primed and its powerful weapons systems armed, the small fleet of human vessels slipped out of the hidden shipyard and set a course for the Galactic Council's capital. As they navigated the treacherous corridors of deep space, Aaron could feel the tension building, the anticipation of the unknown weighing heavily on the crew. When the Valiant finally emerged from the darkness, silhouetted against the dazzling lights of the Council's gleaming spires, the sight was nothing short of breathtaking. The sleek, angular design of the ship, coupled with the raw power that emanated from its every system, was a striking contrast to the ornate, ostentatious vessels that surrounded it. The Council members, gathered in their grand chamber, were stunned into silence as the Valiant approached, its massive form dwarfing even the largest of the Council's warships. They had heard the rumors, but nothing could have prepared them for the awe-inspiring sight that now confronted them. Aaron's voice, amplified through the Valiant's communication systems, echoed through the chamber, commanding the Council's attention. "People of the Galactic Council, we are the exiled humans, and we have come to reclaim our rightful place among you. This ship, the Valiant, is a testament to our resilience, our ingenuity, and our unwavering determination to never be forgotten." The Council members sat in stunned silence, their faces a mix of fear, curiosity, and a growing sense of unease. They had underestimated the exiled humans, and now they were faced with a technological marvel that challenged the very foundations of their power. Aaron continued, her voice unwavering. "We are no longer the reckless, unpredictable race that you cast aside centuries ago. We have grown, we have learned, and we are ready to take our place as equals within the Galactic Council. All we ask is for the chance to prove ourselves, to demonstrate the value that we can bring to this community." The tension in the chamber was palpable as the Council members grappled with Aaron's bold words and the formidable presence of the Valiant. The fate of the exiled humans, and the future of the galaxy itself, hung in the balance. The Galactic Council members sat in stunned silence as Aaron's words echoed through the grand chamber. The sheer power and sophistication of the Valiant, the human-built warship that now loomed before them, was a sight that challenged the very foundations of their authority. For centuries, the Council had dismissed the exiled humans as a relic of the past, a once proud civilization that had been reduced to a scattering of impoverished colonies on the fringes of the galaxy. But now, confronted with the technological marvel that the Valiant represented, they were forced to confront the reality that the humans had not only survived, but thrived in their isolation. The Council members exchanged uneasy glances, their expressions a mix of fear, curiosity, and a growing sense of unease. They had underestimated the determination and ingenuity of the exiled race, and now they found themselves in a precarious position, one where the balance of power in the galaxy was poised to shift in a direction they had never anticipated. Aaron's voice, amplified through the Valiant's communication systems, once again filled the chamber, demanding the Council's attention. "We are no longer the reckless, unpredictable race that you cast aside centuries ago. We have grown, we have learned, and we are ready to take our place as equals within the Galactic Council. All we ask is for the chance to prove ourselves, to demonstrate the value that we can bring to this community." The Council members exchanged a series of hushed whispers, their brows furrowed in deep contemplation. They knew that the stakes were high. The Valiant's advanced technology and overwhelming firepower represented a potential threat to their dominance, and they could not afford to simply dismiss Aaron's demands. At the same time, the temptation of harnessing the Valiant's capabilities for their own ends was a powerful lure. The council members recognized that the ship's revolutionary design and systems could unlock new frontiers of exploration, scientific advancement, and even military superiority, a prospect that some found increasingly difficult to ignore. After a tense and lengthy deliberation, the council president rose, his expression grave. "We have heard your words, Aaron of the exiled humans. Your ship is indeed a remarkable feat of engineering, and we cannot deny the technological prowess that your people have demonstrated." He paused, his gaze sweeping across the chamber. "However, the history between our peoples is a troubled one, and the trust that was once broken will not be easily mended. If we are to consider your reintegration into the Galactic Council, we will require a demonstration of your commitment to peace and cooperation." Aaron, her heart pounding with a mixture of hope and trepidation, nodded solemnly. "Name your terms, and we shall fulfill them. The Valiant and its crew stand ready to prove our worth and to forge a new era of cooperation between our peoples." The council president's lips quirked into a faint smile. "Very well. We propose a trade. The Valiant's advanced technology in exchange for your people's full reintegration into the Galactic Council. If you can demonstrate your willingness to share your knowledge and work alongside us, then we shall consider lifting the exile that has separated us for so long." The chamber erupted into a chorus of murmurs and whispers as the council members grappled with the implications of this proposal. The fate of the exiled humans and the future of the galaxy itself now rested on Aaron's response. Aaron stood on the bridge of the Valiant, her eyes fixed on the massive docking bay of the Galactic Council's capital. As the advanced warship slowly maneuvered into position, she could feel the anticipation and excitement pulsing through the crew. After centuries of exile and hardship, the moment they had been dreaming of had finally arrived. The Valiant's docking procedure was carried out with precision and grace, a testament to the expertise of the human engineers and technicians who had brought the ship to life. As the final seals were engaged and the gangway extended, Aaron took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenges that lay ahead. Flanked by her most trusted captains, Aaron strode down the gangway and into the bustling dockyard. The council members and their entourage were there to greet them, their expressions a mix of curiosity, apprehension, and a hint of grudging respect. "Welcome, Aaron of the exiled humans," the council president said, his voice measured and formal. "We are pleased that you have accepted our terms and honored our request to share the Valiant's revolutionary technology with us." Aaron inclined her head in a gesture of deference, but her eyes held a spark of determined defiance. "We are grateful for the opportunity to rejoin the Galactic Council and contribute to the greater good of the galaxy. The Valiant's knowledge and capabilities are at your disposal, as per our agreement." The council president nodded, his gaze sweeping over the impressive form of the human-built warship. "Truly, your people have accomplished something remarkable. We are eager to learn from your engineers and scientists, to understand the innovations that have made the Valiant such a formidable vessel." As if on cue, a contingent of human specialists began to disembark from the Valiant, their faces alight with a mixture of pride and anticipation. They had spent years honing their skills, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible, and now they had the chance to share their knowledge with the broader galactic community. The council members, who had once viewed the exiled humans with disdain, now looked upon these specialists with a newfound sense of respect and curiosity. They realized that the technological gap they had once taken for granted was now narrowing, and the potential benefits of integrating the human race back into the fold were becoming increasingly clear. As the human engineers and scientists fanned out across the dockyard, eager to collaborate with their galactic counterparts, Aaron felt a surge of pride and hope. The once exiled race was no longer on the periphery, but rather poised to make a profound impact on the galaxy. The Valiant, a symbol of their resilience and ingenuity, served as a bridge between the human colonies and the Galactic Council, a tangible representation of the possibilities that awaited them. Aaron knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges and obstacles, but she was confident that the human spirit, forged in the crucible of their isolation, would rise to the occasion. With the Valiant as their vanguard, the exiled humans were ready to take their rightful place among the stars, ready to contribute their unique perspectives and revolutionary ideas to the greater good of the galactic community. As the Valiant's crew dispersed throughout the Galactic Council's shipyards and research facilities, a sense of renewed energy and purpose began to permeate the once isolated human enclaves. News of their reintegration and the vessel's technological prowess had spread like wildfire, igniting a fervent optimism among the scattered colonies. Erin, standing beside the council president, watched with a mix of pride and wonder as her people eagerly shared their knowledge and insights with the diverse array of galactic cultures. The initial apprehension and mistrust that had once defined the relationship between the humans and the council had given way to a burgeoning spirit of cooperation and collaboration. "Your people have truly astonished us, Erin," the council president said, his gaze fixed on the bustling activity around them. "The Valiant is a marvel of engineering, and your engineers' willingness to share their expertise has been invaluable. I confess, we had underestimated the potential of the exiled humans." Erin nodded, a faint smile tugging at the corners of her lips. "We have been through much, President, and our experiences have forged in us a resilience and determination that you could scarcely imagine. But we have also learned the value of cooperation and mutual understanding. We are ready to take our rightful place among the stars, to contribute our unique perspectives and innovations to the betterment of the galaxy." The council president's expression softened, and he placed a hand on Erin's shoulder. "Then we welcome you, Erin, and your people back into the Galactic Council. Together, we shall forge a new era of progress and discovery, one that will echo through the ages." As the news of the human reintegration spread, the once wary galactic populace began to embrace their new partners with open arms. The Valiant, a symbol of the exiled humans' tenacity and ingenuity, became a source of fascination and wonder, drawing visitors from all corners of the galaxy. Erin and her crew, now hailed as heroes, found themselves at the forefront of a sweeping transformation. They shared their knowledge freely, collaborating with scientists and engineers to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. The advanced propulsion systems and weapons technology of the Valiant were quickly integrated into the Council's own fleet, enhancing their capabilities and ushering in a new era of space exploration and military might. But the human contributions extended far beyond the realm of technology. Their unique perspectives and innovative problem-solving approaches began to reshape the very foundations of the Galactic Council, challenging long-held assumptions and opening up new avenues of progress. As the months turned into years, the once exiled humans became an integral part of the galactic community, their voices and ideas shaping the direction of the Council's policies and initiatives. The Valiant, now a revered symbol of human resilience and ingenuity, remained a centerpiece of the Council's fleet, a constant reminder of the power of determination and the transformative potential of cooperation. Erin, standing on the bridge of the Valiant, gazed out at the vast expanse of the galaxy, a sense of profound gratitude and wonder filling her heart. The Exiled had risen again, and their warship had truly astounded the Galactic Council, forging a new future where humanity stood as equals among the stars.